It is so prevalent that when I went home last summer, a friend of mine approached me and he said, you know, if we do not try to arrest this problem, we will be looking at an educational system that will be a laughing stock throughout the world, if it's not already is. You know, an educational system that graduates students based on female students, maybe graduated based on their private and intimate performance to the same people that we are supposed to safeguard. They are supposed to safeguard our educational system and maintain the quality, integrity, and credibility of this our educational system. And this is, and I repeat again, unacceptable. On March 25th, the Nigerian educational minister faced an audience of 1,000 female students. Girl after girl complained about teachers or lecturers demanding exchange of certain intimate performance for grades. This is something we need to speak about, and we need to speak about it loudly. It's unacceptable. And most of the victims of this kind of behavior has always been our girls, our college students, who are repeatedly failed just because they didn't succumb to professors' demands. You know, and this explicit demand for these performances, you know, on my recent visit, like I say, you know, I have a friend that approached me and requested that Muta should intervene on behalf of our daughters and sisters, especially at Benue State University, because the culture of this kind of behavior, of harassment by lecturers, has finally reached our homeland. And we have a lot of institutions, and those institutions are there to teach us education and also our culture. And I think a Tima's culture, you know, protects a girl. I am married away from home, but my wife now understands that I cannot sit on one chair with my daughter. You know, though I'm in America, but I think a T person stays way clear away from a sister or a daughter in terms of social arrangements. So he told me that one particular lecturer, you know, has threatened his girlfriend and demanded and not succumb, and she did not succumb to this kind of demand, and so he could not pass her. She has to repeat 3 years. And finally, there was an individual that we approached that I, you know, talked to the professor, and finally, she was finally, you know, was prepared to graduate. For this reason, I will tell you that Muta would like to propose a partnership with institutions of higher learning in Benue to take this problem headlong. And so I would like all of you to still stay tuned. We're gonna, you know, challenge and take on this problem. Muta welcomes and congratulates the Benue State House of Assembly for doing what is right and passing the bill prohibiting the brew, transportation, sale, and consumption of alcohol. The local brew, which we call, and everybody here you will know, properly known as ogogoro. The Benue State House of Assembly should be honored for passing this bill despite the opposition from the youth and certain quarters and elements from, you know, both constituencies of Benue. It is important to do what is right rather than doing what is popular. I will urge the legislature to go further and also pass a bill prohibiting driving under the influence of alcohol and open alcohol in a moving vehicle. Such significant, I mean, if this bill is passed and if this law is made, we reduce significantly the incident of untimely death on our highways. It will also reduce the untimely death of our young people who may grow up someday to be our leaders. And also it will kind of protect our population from drunk drivers. our society at large should quash the myth and celebratory idea that someone under the influence see the road clearer. I don't think there's anywhere in the books of any addiction or driving that anybody under the influence can see the road better. I mean, their reaction may even be delayed. Even the United Nations, the World Health Organization defined alcoholism as a primary chronic disease with genetic, psychosocial, and environmental factors influencing its development and manifestations. The disease is often, progressive and fatal. Some people quickly die of that. It could be it's genetic. Alcoholism does not only affect the alcoholic himself, but affects the whole family. And in your case, it affects the whole church. And once it affects the whole church, it affects the whole country at large. And also, from family, village, your state, and the nation at large. I would also like to extend my appreciation to the Benue State government for her assisting our volunteers during the last health fair. Without her, without the government help, we couldn't have accomplished the march that we did with the fair. It's my hope and wish that Muta and our home government shall continue to be in a partnership, in a healthy partnership, program, and further propose similar partnership engagement in alcoholism, interfere in preventing sexual harassment, as I enumerated a few paragraphs ago on our female students by our professors and lecturers. We at Muta would like to help our home government to achieve the aforementioned goals. And with in mind that the governor was expected to hear, I would say, Your Excellency, I am pleased that when I heard that he directed evacuation of Benue indigents from Jos during the riot that engulfed the city, that life and property was heavily destroyed. When I learned of your action, it was very clear that you have demonstrated and applied a leadership that we as a people have been yearning for a long time. You should also be recommended on the work that you have accomplished in Benue, particularly on our road, on the road projects. Your undisputed attention to the Benue roads. The last time I went home, I wanted to travel to my mother's land in Gav. It probably took me 2 hours to go. But last summer when I went, it took me less than 30 minutes.